going on there, friends? My name is M2Greats, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past for the Gameboy Advance. We left up last time. We got started with the game. We got through Eastern Palace and Desert Palace, and now in this part we are going to head our way to the next place. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and do it. So, you know, there's now that we got the Power Glove, which is the item of the Desert Palace, the game starts to open up quite a bit. Not necessarily like a lot, but there are a few things that we can get now, such as you know, you could get enough heart pieces to get yourself another heart container. I am gonna save all that stuff for later. Instead, we're just gonna head straight to where we need to go. On our way out, in that cave is another heart piece, and I guess I forgot to mention that there are a total of 24 heart pieces to get in the game, which is not a lot. So we'll get all the heart pieces in no time. Alright, so to go about is where we need to go. We just gotta go up and about. There's actually, like, supposed to be one very important item that we need to get right around now, but screw it. We're not gonna worry about it at the moment. Uh-oh, that is no good. Okay, we're good. So that's one thing. If you run into a wall while you're dashing, you bonk. Consequently, when you bonk, all enemies on the screen will actually hear your bonk, and then they will go after you. And so there's a lot of ways to get enemies' attention in this game, and bonking is one of them, and then there's a few other ways later. Well, the other way is by clinking your sword against a wall. They will hear that, and then they'll start to go after you. And then there's a few other ways too, but those are for later. So now with the Power Glove, we can lift up the rock that's that's blocking this cave, and so we go through. It's a dark cave, but it's really easy to go through because this guy tells you where to go, so you shouldn't really have a way to get lost in that cave. Unless you're playing like a a randomizer of some sort. Oh man, those are the fun times. Guiding that guy through the cave will give you the magic mirror, and the magic mirror has some very interesting things, and you'll see what the magic mirror is capable of when we actually start putting use to it. Well, actually, here's one right now. So. That portal took us to somewhere really strange, and when you use the mirror while you're in that strange little world, then it takes you back to the main world. The other thing is that it's very useful in dungeons because it takes you back to the beginning of every dungeon. Well, it sounds like a bad thing, but sometimes it's very beneficial because that allows you to eliminate any unnecessary backtracking. So it's like, when I got that key earlier, that prevents me from having to, go back up the stairs and then back to the main room. Instead, I'm just taken back to the main room instantaneously, which is very useful. So it's like, you know, this is like the first game that introduces items that give you a really good shortcut back to dungeons. And then most other Zelda games will do this. Like Ocarina of Time has Aurora's Wind, Link's Awakening has Mambo's Song, and so on and so forth. There's a few other things that escapes me, but you get the idea. Alright, so after going through that tile room, you go and light up those torches, and you get the big key. That tile room can be a pain because those tiles do 1 heart of damage each, and they fly at you everywhere. So it's really hard to avoid them sometimes. But my strategy is just hang around the bottom and just keep swerving left and right. Alright, so then we head up this way. And this room has a neat little trick that I'm gonna pull off here. So go ahead and boom. It's that right there isn't too difficult. So what you're normally supposed to like fall down a hole from the next floor that I'm heading up to right now. And then you'll land in front of the chest. But that just saves me from having to go that roundabout. That's cool. Alright, so now we have the boss, Moldorm. Moldorm is a major pain in the butt. Probably, like, to most people, the hardest boss, because you can actually fall down. And when you fall down, the fight he gains all his health back, which is basically not fair. Also, it takes 6 hits to beat him, and when you hit him 5 times, he gets really aggressive, as you just saw right there. And the longer you hold the fight out, the more scary it gets, because like you're trying your best not to fall down. So there's not really a good way to go about with this guy. Although, when you fight him enough times, you kind of just like react to different patterns, like movement patterns that he can do sometimes. So, you know, the more you fight him, the more time you fight him, the easier he gets, kind of. But he never gets easy, especially when there's a lot of pressure on the line in some situations. But yeah, that's Moldorm. And also the item that we got was the Moon Pearl. And if you don't get the Moon Pearl, you're gonna figure out in a very hard way why the Moon Pearl is very important. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and make our way out. If you keep dashing all the way up to the end of that room, then you'll bonk and land inside of a pit, and then you gotta start all over, and that's a lot of fun. Alright, so now we are into the Lost Woods, and remember when Sahasra, well, actually, I haven't been talking to very many people, but Sahasra said that we need 3 pendants, and wow. And this is the reason why we need 3 pendants. Without the 3 pendants, you can't pull this out. Sahasra's voice echoes from the void. Someone, you have done well to obtain the evil banishing blade, the Master Sword. The power that shines in it is now yours to wield. With it, you should be able to thwart the magic of the evil wizard Agahnim. The destiny of this land is in your hands. Please, someone. Alright, very well. And so you gain all your health back in this version. Uh-oh. The soldiers are coming to the sanctuary! Ah! Oh no. What could that be? What could have happened? That means something happened to Zelda, and we gotta go to her aid. Quickly. First things first, there's a few things that we can get, such as that heart piece. You could actually get that heart piece, like, first thing. Because you can actually explore this place first thing. But, we're here, so we get it now. Alright, so, the long and short term, something actually did happen to Zelda. Which means we gotta go rescue her again! God, what kind of game is this where you have to rescue a single princess twice? Unbelievable. It's crazy. So we have to go back to Hyrule Castle. But you can actually like go back to the sanctuary, and then the priest is like dead, and Zelda's not there, which proves that yeah, something really did happen, and it's a disaster. So with the Master Sword, you can now access this part of Hyrule Castle, and this part is referred to as Castle Dungeon. And Castle Dungeon, oh man, this place is something. There's a lot of these dark rooms. There's a lot of enemies out to kill you, and it can be quite a mess if things go out of hand. But nothing's gonna go out of hand, except I just got hit there. You notice I didn't take any damage from that bat, and that's because the bat does quarter heart of damage. And there's no quarter heart system in this game, but it does do a quarter heart of damage. Just believe me. If you don't believe me, I don't know what's wrong with you. Alright. Go ahead, head over. Just go ahead and progress onwards. This guy's a key, so we need to kill that guy. Woohoo! Oh man. If you stand at a very specific spot, then oh wow, that was interesting. Wow, I just wasted 2 bombs. Hopefully I should be okay. Boom. Okay. Alright, those were 3 really difficult rooms in a row that we just dealt with. So that's good. Alright, and we should be almost done. Alright, so we made it to the top. Let's see what happened. Oh no! What have you done? It's Zelda! What are you doing? Oh my god. I will not forgive you for this. Come back here. Alright, so the way this fight works is he has 3 different attacks, and these 3 different attacks are in a cycle. So the first attack is always an energy shot that you can deflect back at him. And then attacks 2, 3, and 4 is a 50% chance where he's going to shoot a energy shot or what we call a blue ball. And the blue balls are you cannot deflect blue balls back at him. And then the 5th attack is a lightning cycle. Or is a lightning attack, and then the cycle repeats until he's defeated, which takes 6 hits to defeat. I have 4 blue balls so far. That is a bad thing. Okay, good. So, assuming that you don't miss any of the guaranteed energy shots, the maximum amount of blue balls that you can get in this fight is 15, which is not going to happen in this fight. And so far I've only hit him 4 times. 6 or 5? Okay, come on, we need 1 more. Wow! Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Oh, okay. Well, this last hit's guaranteed to kill now, because I know how his attack works. I will draw you into the dark world! Wow. Where are we now? It is I, Sahasrahla. I am communicating with you across the void through telepathy. The place where you now stand was the Golden Land, but evil power turned it into the Dark World. The wizard has broken the Sage's seal and turned the gate to Hyrule Castle into a portal linking that world to this. In order to save this half of the world, the Light World, you must win back the Golden Power. You must also rescue the 7 maidens who Agahnim sent to the Dark World. As descendants of the 7 sages, they have power that will surely aid you. The maidens are locked in hidden dungeons full of evil creatures and dangerous traps. The Palace of Darkness should be your first goal in this world. Someone, you are our last hope. Please make this old man's wish come true. I beg of you. Well, very well then. I mean, what about the other people of Hyrule? They want their wish to come true too. We want the world to be saved. Alright, but anyway, so now we're off to so this is where we have like 2 worlds to navigate through. We have the light world and the dark world. So when you use your mirror, you'll be back to the light world. However, you cannot go from light world to dark world using the mirror. You have to find other ways, unfortunately. I don't know why it's like that, but that's just how the game works. And so we have to make our way to the first place, which is the Palace of Darkness, like Sasha mentioned. On our way, we have this monkey right here who he charges 10 rupees to follow you, and then to open up the dungeon, 100 more rupees. Now the twist of that is that if you get hit while he's following you, you gotta find him. He gets scared, and then you gotta find him again, and then when you find him again, guess what? You gotta pay him 10 more rupees. It's so cool. Alright, so because I wasted some bombs, I'm gonna pick up that pot right there, which contains more bombs. Alright, so this is where the game gets really hard. So in the Dark World, there's a lot of new enemies, and enemies do significantly more damage, and the dungeons get way harder too. So there are actually 8 more dungeons to go through. Surprise, you thought 3 dungeons was good enough, but no, we got 8 more dungeons now, and it's quite an adventure with these 8 dungeons. This is where the game starts to pick up too. What is it? So this is the Palace of Darkness, or Dark Palace. Yeah, it says Dark Palace in the game. And, for your first, Dark World dungeon, it's really complicated. So, we'll see what we can do about this. Alright, there's another really cool trick. Hopefully I can get it. Oh boy, first try. So what I just did there, it looked really complicated, and that's because it is complicated. It was another bomb jump, so, like the one that I did in Mountain Tower, and that one's very complicated because you have a very limited amount of time. The bridge that was placing the bomb on will actually collapse, so you have very limited amount of time to actually pull that off. And what makes it complicated is that the bomb placement is pixel perfect, and then where you have to be from the bomb is pixel perfect as well. So now it's actually, I feel now that's actually harder on the Game Boy Advance version because Link is actually a pixel taller in the Game Boy Advance version than on the SNES version. And so the visual that I use in order to place the bomb and myself is like a lot more precise. But anyway, that allowed me to get the item dungeon early, the hammer, as well as a key. It skips me having to go through. It skips me having to go get an extra key, or well, actually 2 extra keys to be more exact. So that saved me a lot of backtracking. Unfortunately, there's a lot of rupees that I skipped over as well, and I still need a bunch of rupees. Like, I actually need to get out of this dungeon with 200 rupees. I have 53 rupees right now, which means I need to get more rupees after this dungeon, but that is okay. But now we're gonna fight the boss, and this is Helmasaur King. And the way you fight this guy, well, there's two phases to this guy. The first phase is you have to break his mask, and to break his mask, you can hit him with your hammer a bunch of times, or you can use bombs, and bombs do more damage, but a lot harder to hit him with. So we're going to instead use our hammer. And then now we have the second phase, which is just to hit his green little crystal thing right there. You can use arrows, you can use your hammer, which is a lot more precise. You can even, you can even use your sword. Or you can use arrows. I think I said that already, but either way, we did it. And that is our first Dark World dungeon completed. Someone, because of you, I've escaped from the clutches of evil monsters. Thank you! This world was once the Golden Land where the Triforce was hidden. But because Ganon, the leader of the thieves, wished it, this world was transformed. I'm sure he's intending to conquer even our light world after building his power here. His hope is to use us maidens and the power of the sages that have been passed on to us as the key to open a larger gate between the worlds near Hyrule Castle. But the gate is not completely open yet. There is still time. Together, we 7 maidens can break the barrier that protects Ganon's hiding place. I can tell you where the other girls are held. I believe you will destroy Ganon. I will return to my original form at that time. Do you understand? Yes. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Awesome. And with that is going to be it for this episode of The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. And next time, we're going to be exploring the Dark World. And with the hammer, the Dark World is now opened up to us quite a bit. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.